Hello people of the internet, it's Amanda and this video is long overdue. We're talking 4 years late. I finally finished Descendants of the Sun 4 years after it aired. To be fair, I have seen a couple of episodes of this before. We're talking 4 or 5 episodes. It's just that I haven't really gotten around to finishing the entire thing. Just one of those dramas where, because of so many people loving it, sharing edits of it online, sharing its most iconic moments, whether in video or photo form, you just happen to know what happens in the drama. I don't mind spoilers at all. Like, I'm not that type of viewer. But then here, it's just like when I've seen the first couple of episodes, it felt to me like all of those iconic scenes being shared by the fans, or the fan favorite scenes, are already packed into these first episodes. So what else is left for me to see? Like, there's the scarf helicopter scene, there's the phone stealing scene, there's the VIP surgery scene, and then after that, like, people just don't post about the other stuff anymore. So I was like, okay, so I've seen the iconic parts of this drama. Maybe I should just pause first and then watch it again, continue watching it, and that just didn't happen. But after so many things that has happened surrounding this drama, especially in real life, I'm talking about the Song couple getting married, getting divorced, still haven't seen the drama. Vietnam has pushed out their adaptation of it. China is planning one. The Philippines is launching their very own remake of Descendants of the Sun, and I still haven't seen it. I feel like it's been a disservice, especially as I call myself an Asian drama fan and someone who makes videos about Asian dramas, for me not to have seen this. So I was like, okay, given that Netflix keeps throwing this on my face, I would just go ahead and hit that play button from start to finish. And I'm really gonna gun to finish this no matter what. And I've done it. I've seen all 16 episodes, and I'm finally ready to talk about it now. First up, the casting. Now, I love Song Hye-kyo. She gets prettier and prettier. It's crazy. And like, I've seen her Endless Love, Full House, and it's kind of refreshing to see her again in a drama. I love Kim Ji-won. I feel like she's a type of actress who can play both a badass and a vulnerable character, and it would really look like nicely. Like, she knows how to play off that balance where she can be very like strong and very unwavering at one point, and then in another scene you would see her crying or fawning over someone, and it's just so believable. And she's also very cute, so I really like her. Now, the chemistry between the couples that were presented to us in this series as well is really good, I guess, especially for a romance series. Sometimes there are just some pairings that don't work, at least for me as a viewer, and for this one, really helps, especially since, again, with Song Hye-kyo, like, we've seen her with other leads before. Kim Ji-won was the same. And sorry, I'm focusing more on the girls because for Asian dramas, given that I already have my ichiban in the Japanese sphere, I would leave the oppas to the official K-drama fans out there, so my focus isn't really on them. But again, in terms of chemistry, the characters do have it, and I love that because it really makes more of the romantic scenes play off nicely on screen as well. However, I would say that I love the second couple more, so So Dae-young and Yoon Min-ju, as well as Dr. Song and Miss B. For some reason, I like them more so than the main couple, and I've had this syndrome before. I mean, in Goblin, I loved Grim Reaper and Sunny more so than the Goblin couple, and I feel like for some reason I just find myself wanting to know more about these characters than the main couple, because there's this inevitable idea that the main couple will end up together anyways. So I would root for these other pairings. And then a character that I didn't expect I was going to like in terms of the character development would be Lee Chi-hoon. So he's a character presented as this rich kid. You know, he's freshly married, and he's a very happy-go-lucky type of character. He's very young, and he's in his first year of residency. Um, and then the experience of going to Uruk really changed and shaped his character. um I love the strain of like I love how they presented it, that these people, despite it being their mandate to save other people's lives, um they're also human. They have very human moments, but because they pledge to commit to something like this career of saving lives, then therefore um it causes them great pain to also know that they were helpless at one point. Like they weren't able to be a doctor because they chose to be human first, which is kind of sad. Speaking of which, I also love the moral and ethical theme that the series played off on. Um, this idea that even if there's one goal, which is to save lives, there are many methods to do it, even how official it is or something like that, even if it's just based on orders that are given to us or it's something that we pledged our lives to. It can be a margin, like a world's margin, to come up with the same solution. Like soldiers have to risk their lives, have to kill enemies if needed, in order to fulfill that type of goal. Whereas doctors, no matter who it is, no matter what race, no matter what anything, they have to do their duty. And it's just that, like, presenting this in a manner that is also easier for viewers to consume, I think it's a very smart way of putting it, other than causing strain for the main couple's love story. Thing that I find really funny and sometimes cringy, not just for this drama but Asian dramas in general, is that whenever there are white actors cast in Asian dramas, and obviously, like, I'm not sure if they're trained actors or they auditioned for this and they don't really have like enough training. I don't know, but sometimes there's just something about the presence of white characters in Asian dramas, not just for Descendants of the Sun, but then for other things that I've seen, where it's just overly acted. I don't know, but the parts about the whole strain whenever they're dealing with like foreign people often makes me cringe. Some of the parts I skip even, so that's a main comment on my end. But I love how they presented language in a way, like it wasn't like everybody just knows how to speak English or everybody just knows how to speak Korean. Like the nuances of how different languages play off as well, breaking that barrier between nationalities, something like that. I like how they presented that. Anything about the plot line that I love, it's after Argus died and they started taking on this new plot of like the North Korean soldier with all the espionage thing that happened, and then eventually him saving Big Boss and So Young. That entire thing, you know what I'm talking about. This happened in 2016, and then the North Korea, South Korea, you know, when they did that whole like peace thing in 2018, I feel like South Korean pop culture has also been wishing for North Korea South Korea dispute to finally be put to a close or to be less hostile, because in their pop culture they've been portraying it a lot where no matter what we say, North Korea, South Korea, these are still people who used to be within the same country. These are families that got separated, and they've been trying to address that through their pop culture, which I think is very common for every kind of nation, where if there's a glaring social issue, usually try to portray it in consumable content in a creative way so that people would be able to understand its message and probably send the message to the necessary people as well. At the end of the day, this is a love story, yes, but it's also about duty as well. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like this is just me rambling about it. I don't want to talk about any other particular scenes in general because I feel like it's been 4 years. People have seen it. So this is just me pointing out some of the important themes that I've seen from this particular drama that I finally got to appreciate because I finished the entire thing. I don't know. Tell me down in the comments below. Have you seen it? Are you like me who just has seen it recently? Is there anyone here who has just seen it recently apart from myself? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel and you would want to hear more from me, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this waffle video, and I'll be seeing you again soon in a new one. Bye!